Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Sunday, August 28, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you at least 5 betting picks for each game, a team pick, a total pick, and multiple prop bets based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. New York Giants versus New York Jets. On Sunday afternoon, the New York Giants and New York Jets meet in the final preseason game before the season kicks off next week. The Giants climbed to 2-0 with a 25-22 win over the Bengals as home favorites last week. Our team pick is New York Giants, and here is why. I'll be riding with the New York Giants ML in this game. I understand that the Jets starters will get more playing time, but I still don't think their starters are that talented. The Jets defense gave up 380 yards of offense to the Atlanta Falcons last week, as I see the Giants successfully moving the ball up and down the field throughout this game. I expect to see all 3 Giants quarterbacks in this one, as well. I have a ton of confidence in Daniel Jones, as he had one of his best starts last week, and Tyrod Taylor is also a proven quarterback in the league. I also love the way Davis Webb played last week. He finished with 204 yards and 2 TDs, as he was shredding the Bengals secondary late in that game. Joe Flacco hasn't been on the field yet this season, and I am expecting some rust out of him. The Giants defense allowed 202 passing yards last week, as their secondary made it difficult for Bengals backups. It will now do the same to Flacco and the Jets backups, as the Jets will struggle to score enough points to keep this game close. Considering the quarterbacks we will be seeing behind center, taking the over in this game sounds outrageous. Joe Flacco has not thrown a pass in 10 months, and he needs reps in case Wilson is unable to go in week 1. Our total pick is over 38.5 points. And here is why. It will be the Flacco and Mike White show for the majority of the game on the Jets side. For the Giants, Daniel Jones figures to get some reps in the first quarter since this is the final preseason game. But New York suffered a scary moment when Kayvon Thibodeau was clipped on the knee. The rookie defensive end will be fine, but do not expect to see too many reps for some of the Giants' big-time defensive players. Tyrod Taylor and Davis Webb will handle most of the game, and they are very capable backups that will drop some points on the Jets' 3rd and 4th stringers late in the game, driving up the total. For that reason, I'd like this game to go over. Our prop bets are: first pick is New York Jets over 20.5 points. Concerning putting the ball in the end zone, the New York Giants averaged 15.2 ppg. As a team, they averaged 99.3 yards in the run game, which had them sitting 24th in the league. The Giants racked up 4,884 total yards last season. New York compiled 171 first downs as an offense, and they were called for 88 infractions for 674 yards that gave the ball to the opposition 30 times, 20 interceptions, and 10 fumbles. New York totaled 15 touchdowns via the pass and 8 rushing touchdowns. Second pick is New York Giants under 20.5 points. The New York Jets held an average of 306.4 yards per outing, which had them sitting 26th out of all teams in the NFL. They held an average of 98.1 run yards per game and toted the ball for 1,667 yards in total. The New York offense totaled 860 penalty yards on 103 infractions, which was 18th in the league in terms of helping out the other team. They threw 20 interceptions while losing 7 fumbles, and they obtained 195 first downs. Over the course of last year, the Jets had a total of 3,541 yards through the air, in addition to an average of 208.3 passing yards per contest, giving them a rank of 20th in football. In terms of this team's ability to score points, the Jets ranked 28th out of all teams in football, averaging 18.2 points per contest. Our player props are: first pick is Saquon Barkley over 1.5 yards per attempt. Second pick is Kyle Rudolph, over 2 yards per catch. Third pick is Kyle Rudolph, under 60.5 QB rating. The New York Giants wrapped up their year with a 4-13 record. In their last game of last year, the Giants stepped onto the field against the Commanders and took a loss by a score of 22-7. Saquon Barkley was the rushing leader for the Giants with 11 totes for 30 yards, 2.7 yards per attempt. Kyle Rudolph held an average of 4.3 yards per catch by recording 17 yards on 4 receptions. Jake Fromm finished 15-31 with 103 yards through the air and 1 touchdown. He had a QB rating of 40.1 and ended the game with 2 picks. Our fourth pick is Michael Carter, under 3 yards per attempt. The Jets ended the season with a 4-13 record. In their last game last season, the Jets went home defeated by a final of 27-10 when they played the Bills. Michael Carter ran the football 9 times for 19 yards, finishing the contest with 2.1 yards per attempt for New York. Detroit Lions vs. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Lions head to Pittsburgh for Week 3 action of the preseason. Kickoff is slated for 4:30 EST on Sunday, August 28. Detroit has split the first 2 games as they lost to Atlanta in Game 1. Last week, they defeated the Colts 27-26 as Indy failed to convert a 2-point conversion to end the game. The Steelers are undefeated in the preseason with wins over the Seahawks and the Jaguars. Our team pick is Pittsburgh Steelers minus 5.5 points. And here is why. The Lions aren't the only team playing their starters in this matchup. Pittsburgh is also expected to roll out their starting unit for the finale, including quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. Detroit bled points on defense all last season, and even though these are exhibition games, that ugly trend has continued this year as well. They have given up 26-plus points in back-to-back weeks. I wouldn't expect that to change with them being on the road against a Steelers team that rarely loses preseason games. Tomlin's teams haven't lost more than 1 game in the previous 4 preseasons, and this year they're on the verge of going unbeaten. The same can't be said for Dan Campbell and a Lions team that won't even have their starting quarterback for this game. Whether it's David Blau or Tim Boyle, someone is going to have a rough time dealing with Pittsburgh's hellacious pass rush. Things will get ugly early with the starters potentially playing for an entire half. Points will be flying all over the place with the 2 offenses, especially in the first half when many star players will hit the field. With Harris and Swift taking snaps, expect them to hit a long run and punch it into the end zone. Our total pick is 39.5 points. And here is why. Touchdowns will be scored at easy with the 2 teams having their own quarterback competitions and each player wanting to impress the coaching staff. Our poor bets are: first pick is New York Giants over 20.5 points. Pittsburgh gave up a total of 2,483 yards via the ground game, 146.1 yards per game, in addition to 17 touchdowns via the rush last season. They surrendered 24 touchdowns via the pass as well as 215.1 yards/game, which had them sitting 9th in the NFL. They earned 22 turnovers, 9 fumbles recovered and 13 picks during the previous year. Last year, they gave up 398 total points. The Steelers' defense participated in 1,116 plays, ranking them 27th in the league. The Steelers surrendered 23.4 points per game, ranking them 20th in the league. Our second pick is under 20.5 points. Regarding putting the ball in the end zone, the Detroit Lions had an average of 19.1 ppg. As a unit, they averaged 110.9 yards on the ground, which ranked them 19th in the NFL. The Lions had 5,484 total yards for the previous season. Detroit accounted for 193 first downs as a team, and they were flagged for 105 infractions for 824 yards. They turned the football over 23 different times, 14 interceptions and 9 fumbles lost. Detroit totaled 23 passing touchdowns and 12 rushing touchdowns. Our player props are: our first pick is Jamal Williams over 1.5 yards per carry. The Detroit Lions ended the season with a 3-13-1 record. In their last contest of last season, the Lions stepped onto the field against the Packers and earned the victory with a final of 37-30. Jamal Williams was the best rusher for the Lions with 13 carries for 43 yards, 3.3 yards per carry. Our second pick is Ben Roethlisberger over 70.5 QB rating. The Steelers wrapped up their season having a 9-7-1 record. In their last game last season, the Steelers walked away with a loss by a score of 42-21 against the Chiefs. Ben Roethlisberger 2 touchdowns ended the game with 215 yards on 29-44 through the air while his quarterback rate was 92.5. He didn't throw any picks and his average yards per attempt was 4.89 yards.